What's up, y'all? So, what we're gonna do is for this 30 pound, 3-month program, I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm taking and exactly what you absolutely need to take supplement wise for you to be healthy and to make sure that we are able to grow in the healthiest way possible. So, what I want to start with is our fish oil and multivitamin. In my opinion, the most crucial products you can take. You need these whether you're trying to put muscle on, whether you're trying to lose fat, whether you're trying to just be a runner or be a weightlifter or be a power lifter. You need these two things. A multivitamin is something that will help fill gaps in your diet. No matter how many veggies and minerals and fruits that you eat, you're never going to eat enough. You need a multivitamin to fit into your diet, and so that way your body is healthy and it's not lacking anything. So I'm cheap, and you can be cheap too. You don't have to buy these fancy multivitamins. This is from Costco. It's gonna last me the entire year, I guarantee it. One tablet is the serving size, and it's got some great numbers in there, but I take 3 tablets a day, so that way I make sure I'm not missing anything. But I take them at different times, so that way they're fully absorbed into the body, so that way I don't just pee them all out. And so a lot of times what people do is they'll take a bunch of multivitamins and they'll say, my pee is yellow. And I said, well, when did you take them? Well, I took them all together at one time. No, you have to take them spaced out, so that way you are actually absorbing the nutrients and stuff like that into your body, and they're not getting pissed out. So number one product that you need is a multivitamin. Get it anywhere. Anywhere you can get a multivitamin, get one. Second, fish oil. Fish oil is huge for eye health, brain health, skin health, heart health, joint health, and the list goes on. We as bodybuilders, especially young bodybuilders like myself, who's 21 years old, are really good at not thinking about the future. 30 years from now, I want to be able to play with my kids. I want to be able to run around. I want to still be active. And I don't want to go to the doctor and have them tell me that my heart's messed up, or that there's something wrong with my joints, or there's something wrong with my circulation or my blood pressure. So fish oils will help with that. As you get older, you should add more things like CoQ10 and a few other products that are good for heart health. Okay, you want some good antioxidants as well, but fish oil is great. You want to have 3 grams of fish oil a day. That should be your goal. This has a gram per serving, which is 1 soft gel. So again, I take 3 soft gels of this a day. And I do take this all at once because it will be absorbed the way it is. So I take 3 grams of this a day, which is very good. These together I think are like 25 bucks at Costco. And again, like this has 400 soft gels. So if I take 3 a day, it's more than 100 a day. I mean, it's more than 100 days. This one has 500 tablets, so it's about 200 days. The math is not perfect, but it's about that for these two, so they last you a long time. Don't be afraid to be cheap. Just make sure that you're putting something in your body that's going to help you be healthy. The next thing is a liver supplement. This is Liver Guard. I don't know if you can actually read that, by GNC. It's the Beyond Raw line, and the main product in here is milk thistle. But it's got a few other things in there as well. But you might be asking yourself, well, Tyler, if I'm not taking anabolic steroids, or I'm not taking pro-hormones or SARMs or whatever, then why should I take a liver supplement? Well, good question. The real answer is not because the real answer doesn't matter whether you're taking those or not. As a bodybuilder, as a fitness guy or girl, when you take a protein supplement, or when you eat a steak, or when you take pre-workout or aminos, or any type of supplement that you take will go through the liver. So we want to make sure that we're healthy. We want to make sure that we don't have those enzymes rise too high. We want to keep them at a steady level. And while they will go up and down while we diet, depending on what we're eating, what we're taking, that type of thing, again, when I'm 50 years old, I don't want to go to the doctor and say your liver enzymes are too high, and eventually you might need a liver transplant. I don't want that to happen. I want to be a healthy individual, so that way down the road, I don't have to have these, all these problems. The other thing is I know a majority of college students and people outside of college that do go out and party, do go out and drink. I don't condone it, but I did it myself. But going out and getting messed up is not what I do anymore. But so let's say you just go to a bar with your friends and you get 2 margaritas. Great, that's fine, cool, you had a good time. What does alcohol do? It goes into your kidneys and your liver. So it raises your liver enzymes, so that way you're able to, it's able to, digest it and flush it out. So you want this if you're doing that as well. All right. So I would recommend this. It's not absolutely necessary, but it's always a good thing to be preemptive with health. Next, I'm going to put these two together. It's a probiotic. This is now from, it's just, I don't know what the actual brand full name is. But it's a probiotic, 10 strain, 25 billion CFUs. So 25 billion to 35 billion is a good number for CFUs. If you have a tougher time digesting things, I would get over 50 billion. There's a 75 and 100 billion, but anything above 25 is good. The more strains, the better. The thing about probiotics is we don't actually know what strain does what, except for one, which prevents yeast infections, which I don't care about. So, but the more strains, the better. So if you can find a 15 strain one, that one's gonna be better, because the more you have in there, the more possibility it's gonna work. So this one's a lot, and it has to be live cultures. Make sure it's live cultures. And so a lot of them you're gonna have to refrigerate. The ones at GNC you don't have to, and so that's kind of a cool thing. I like the GNC ones. They're just a little bit too expensive for me. So this was like 12 bucks on Amazon. I highly recommend a probiotic for digestion. Also, fiber. This is OptiFiber from Costco. Yes, everything's from Costco. The reason we want fiber is because, and the probiotic is because as we get down this program, we're going to be putting more and more food in our body, which means higher likelihood of our metabolism slowing down and our intestines getting blocked up. We don't want this. We want our metabolism to keep working and to keep allowing us to eat more food, so that way we're continuing to grow. Whereas if you're eating, let's say we get down to the 10 meals a day and your stomach is just out, I'm sticking it out, but it doesn't really look like that. But if your stomach's just bulging out, it's not because we're eating too much food. It's because you are backed up. So guess what? I guarantee you take like two or three scoops of fiber and a probiotic every day. I bet you after a week you'll feel better. So when you get a fiber supplement, make sure it has insoluble and soluble fibers in there. They both have 2 different functions, and so that's kind of what you need. You want both. This one does. It's a great one. But other ones like FiberLife from Species Nutrition is a great one as well. I would recommend going to Species Nutrition for these 3 things. Actually, and honestly, if you want the best liver supplement, liver and organ, buy 5% Nutrition. Rich Piana's brand is great too. So these 3 I would 100% recommend. This I would recommend as well. This is not 100% necessary, but if you're focused on health down the long run, I would take this as well. So these are the absolute necessary products for this. Leave that there. Last, see if I can get these in here. These are products that are optional. Yeah, let's speak English well. I do go to college. Okay, I know. So what we have here is we have our creatine, our branch chains, and then our pre-workout Pump and Grow. Creatine is from Cellucor, aminos are from MuscleTech, and then our pre-workout is from Anabolic Warfare, from Total Nutrition Linwood, where if you say that I brought you in there, they'll give you a discount. Cellucor is nice and cheap, $10, micronized creatine. If you're going to have creatine monohydrate, make sure it's micronized, so that way it's able to dissolve and you're actually able to absorb it better. So yeah, super cheap. not necessary at all. It's just going to help you be able to, recover faster, and it's going to go in every post-workout shake. I never do creatine pre-workout because it doesn't do anything pre-workout. What it actually does is it gets into the system after you're done working out, and it will make you stronger the next day, but it won't make you stronger in that workout. So what we want it for is purely for recovery. Same thing with the branch chains. It's a recovery product. You can drink it during your workout, except for they will go fast if you do that. What we're going to be doing with this is every morning in our jug, we're going to mix a scoop of this, and every night we're going to mix a scoop of this. And so right after our feeders, when we're going to bed, we're going to take a few sips, and then right when we wake up, we're going to take a few sips. Because what happens is, if you wake up, you're in a really catabolic state. So your body's in a state that's going to want to, lose weight. And not an anabolic state, it's a catabolic state. And so this is going to prevent us from that, and so it's going to allow us to do that fasted cardio if we're going to do that in the morning, and it's going to allow us to save muscle. Prevent muscle wasting is a good way to do it. And then pre-workout. This is a non-stim pump product. That's why it's called Pump and Grow. It's got some great stuff in there. If you have never taken a pre-workout with stimulants, or never taken a pre-workout in general, don't buy a pre-workout, because eventually you get hooked. But if you have taken pre-workout with low stims, don't buy another one with high stims, because what happens is so I tried 5150 by Rich Piana, which has a ton of stimulants in it, and it was a great pre-workout, but I got to the end of the bottle, stopped using it, and then my body shut down. I did not work out as well in the gym because I didn't have that caffeine, and so we don't want that to happen. So again, these are not necessary. This, out of any of them, is more necessary, because it's better for us. It's better for the muscles. It's better for the recovery. Creatine is not necessary at all. But if you want to try it and see what your body does with it, and some people say it works really good for them, and so it works for me in a lot of ways. But I'm only going to use 5 grams because I don't want to put on a bunch of water weight, and I'm not really sure what it's going to do to my kidneys and livers. A lot of people take 20 grams a day. Don't do that. And then the pre-workout, again, not necessary at all. But if you want to try it and want to amp up your workouts a little bit, it's good. And I would just get a pump product, because what we're trying to do is just push a bunch of blood into the muscles. So that way when we squeeze, when we flex, when we flex that chest, or when we're doing chest, like it's skin ripping, which is what I think helps grow, as long as we're still breaking down the muscle cells. So muscle fiber, sorry. So supplementation, multivitamin, fish oil, absolutely necessary. Fiber, highly recommend it. These things, not necessary. So if you don't have the money to buy these things, don't buy them. Okay? If you have the money only to buy multivitamins and fish oils, buy that and stop there. Stop wasting your money on things like this when you don't have the money to do it. That's what a lot of companies are trying to get you to do. They know that you don't need it, but they know that you're going to get hooked, and so every time you buy a pre-workout, you're going to want more and more and more. Whereas a multivitamin and fish oil you can take for the rest of your life, and nothing's going to happen to you. And most supplement brands you'll notice that have those don't make them popular. They don't push them at all, because they're not as fun to sell. This is much more fun to sell. So go into your GNC, go into your Costco, go onto Amazon, and get the products you need. Hopefully they'll get here by the 31st, so that way we can start together and start on a good note. If not, try to get them at least by the 1st or 2nd, because you'll realize after we start eating those meals why you need them. So yeah, guys, I'm excited. I'm excited to show you every morning when I take those, how I take them, stuff like that, and I'm excited to show you all these meals. So keep an eye out. We're going to talk a little bit about feeder workouts in the next few days, but keep killing it. We have 3 days left, not counting today. 3 days left until we start, so I'm super excited.